We will now do a scrolling list, but before that, we want to check how this text truncation works. For that, I'm in the design mode here. My page 1, I have these 3 name tags. I want to create another one, Shift Option drag, okay, and this one should have the name is let's say David Doe, but then the job description for this person is really long and won't fit here. Okay, so this is the job description text, but because we asked it to be truncated after one line, we see it here truncated with these ellipses at the end. So that works. All right, so the next order of business is to make a to put them into sort of like a list view that one can scroll. So let's select all of this, and when we selected it, all of them have a fixed width, and the only options that we have is a fixed width or hug contents. But we select all of them, do a right click and do a frame selection. Okay, now this frame, what I want to do is I want to this frame also auto layout, meaning it should be from top to bottom, so vertical layout, aligning on the top left. Item separation should be, let's say, 10, okay, and there should be a 20 padding horizontal and vertical. Okay, so that's my frame. Now I want to give a look at these components that are inside. Previously, the only option I had for them was fixed and hug. So now if I look at this component, it automatically did the horizontal resizing to fill. Okay, so that's a big convenience, because what that does is that this frame, which has a fixed width, if I change the width of that frame, the components inside are going to expand and fill the space, right? Which is a very desired behavior. Right, or I can just type in a width, and this is my list. Now, one thing we want to see is that this is the frame that contains the entire list. But sometimes in your app, you want to make sure that this list is only about, let's say, fixed height. It's about 250 pixels high. Okay, so now what we have is this inside this frame. So we can see from inside this frame, these name tags are sitting inside the frame, but they actually take much more space than this frame. So here, obviously, even though the frame is only 250 high, the other stuff is showing. So in order to stop the other stuff showing, we do a clip content. Okay, now the question is, how am I going to see what's underneath there, right? What's underneath there? If I unclip the content, I'll see what it's there. How am I going to see what's underneath? Now that is going to happen in the prototype mode. So with the frame 1 selected, I go to prototype mode, and this is now giving a scroll behavior to the overflow. So this obviously has an overflow, and the scroll behavior on the overflow is a vertical scroll. So what I want is a vertical scroll on the overflow. And with this done, I can just see how it's going to work in the prototype. So for the prototype, I go to the present button. And in the present button, this is now giving me in a iPhone 15 Pro Max bezel. So let me get rid of the device frame, and now the overflow is scrollable, so it is now giving me the entire list, whereas my container is only 250 high. So my container is 250 high. This is how much space is going to take on my screen, but the content inside I will be able to see by scrolling. And that's the idea of scrollable list and this scroll mechanics on the prototype. Okay.